With fall 2023 anime coming to an end, it's time to look forward to the winter 2024. New year, new set of animes. Let's jump right into it. We have a lot of animes which are continuing from the fall 2023, which I will just skimmer over and we'll just look into the new animes that are airing in 2024 winter season. First up, we have Frieren's Beyond Journey's End. It has been listed for 28 episodes. We have UNDEAD, UNLUCK, Ragna Crimson, the Apothecary Diaries. I guess that's it. That's all the animes which are spilling over to winter 2024. There are some animes which are coming back for season 2. We'll go over those as well. Then we'll look at the new animes. So if you guys have not seen High Card, I highly recommend. It's a hidden gem which I also skipped and later I saw. It's very good. The concept is really good and the premise is really good. Just go watch High Card before season 2 airs. Classroom of the Elite season 3 is coming. TSUKIMICHI Moonlight Fantasy season 2 is coming. MASHLE is back with another season. The Dangers in My Heart is also back with another season. Banished from the Hero's Party, I Decided to Live a Quiet Life in the Countryside is coming back for another season. Now that we have looked into the animes which are coming for another season, let's look into the animes which are newly airing in winter 2024. First up, we have Solo Leveling. For those of you who don't know, Solo Leveling is a manhwa. It's a Korean manga, and in the manga at least, this is too damn good. It is being made by A1 Pictures, which is the same studio which made Sword Art Online. So I think both has a similar setting, and A1 Pictures is going to nail the animation. So let's read the synopsis. It's been over a decade since the appearance of the gates, the paths that connect our world with a different dimension. Since then, certain humans have awakened to supernatural powers. We call these individuals hunters. Hunters make their living by using their powers to conquer dungeons inside the gates. In this world of tough customers, the low-ranked hunter, Jinho Sung, is known as the weakest hunter of all mankind. One day, Jinho gets fatally injured when he runs into a high-ranked double dungeon hidden within a low-ranked dungeon. Just then, a mysterious quest window appears in front of him. On the verge of death, Jinho decides to accept the quest and starts leveling up, while the others aren't. So basically, the guy named, I forgot his name, Jinho, I am very bad at pronouncing the name, but that guy becomes freakishly overpowered. I have not read the entirety of the manhwa, but I have read it till the first season of that, and I can say it is very good. Even though the premise is similar to a lot of animes, the action, the powering up system, and all of those feels like, okay, this is kind of a thing which you wish you had in your real life. So if there is one anime which you need to look forward to in winter 2024, it would be definitely Solo Leveling. Moving on, we have an Isekai. My instant death ability is so overpowered, no one in this world stands a chance against me. Okay, this is being made by Okuroto Noburo. So this studio is mainly known for its Isekai trope. So they have made animes like How Not to Summon a Demon Lord and The Dungeon Which Only I Can Enter. So these are the two animes which they have made, which are significantly good. The first season was good, at least for the Demon Lord. I have not seen the second season, but the first season was fairly good. So let's read the synopsis. Awaking to absolute chaos and carnage while on a school trip, Yogiri Takuto discovers that everyone in his class has been transported to another world. He had somehow managed to sleep through the entire ordeal himself, missing out on the gift. Powers bestowed upon the others by a mysterious sage who appears to transport them. Even worse, he and the other classmates were ruthlessly abandoned by their friends, left as bait to distract a nearby dragon. Although not terribly bothered by the thought of dying, he reluctantly decides to protect his lone companion. After all, a lowly level 1000 monster doesn't stand a chance against his secret power to invoke instant death with a single thought, if he can stay awake long enough to bother using it, that is. Okay. The premise looks like it's another overpowered MC character in a typical isekai setting. I'm a sucker for isekai, so I'll definitely give it a watch. We'll see how it goes. Let's move on to the next one, Chain Soldier. So this is being made by the same author who wrote Akame kill, and from the genre at least, it looks like it is not the same because at least there is no ecchi and harem stuff in that anime, but in this, it is there. So let's just read the synopsis. Two supernatural forces appear simultaneously on Earth, entrances to another dimension known as Mato and Peaches, resources that give up unique abilities to women. From Mato came Yomotsu Shuki, dangerous monsters that leave destruction in their wake. Gourmet's anti-demon corps stands against these creatures, employing women empowered by Peaches to face the monstrous threat. Yuki Wakura watches these forces clash from a distance, but when he unexpectedly runs afoul of a Yomotsu Shuki, he is rescued by Kyoka Yuzen, the chief of the 7th unit of Anti-Demon Corps, and she sees something in him that could turn the tide of monsters incursion. Yuki holds up a unique power to make Peaches more effective, but he'll have to become Kyoka's willing slave to join the fight against the Yomotsu Shuki and save the world. Okay, the premise is simple. There's a guy who accidentally stumbles upon a conflicting battle, and now he becomes a slave and he has some power that can destruct the monsters. I'm curious to see how this ecchi and harem stuff is going to play out. The studio 7 Arcs, who is responsible for Sekirai, that's also a premise of harem, but they have also made Tonikawa and Blue Period. Both are a very serious type of anime, and those doesn't involve this ecchi or harem stuff. So I'm just curious to see how they will portray this in a modern tone, because Sekirai was a long back and Blue Period and Tonikawa is of a recent period. So let's see how this one goes. I'm very curious to watch this anime. Let's move on to the next one. The wrong way to use healing magic. Okay, it's not a isekai. At least I don't see a isekai tag there. So let's just read the description. Usato, an ordinary high schooler, happens to run into two fellow students after school one rainy day. Suddenly, all three of them are engulfed in a magic circle and transported to a fantasy world. Okay, come on. That is clearly an isekai, and they have not mentioned isekai there. Fine, let's move on. There's just one tiny problem. Usato is simply dragged along by accident. On top of that, Usato learns that he's capable of using healing magic, an incredibly rare affinity in this new world. Now Usato must spend his days with a rescue team thugs struggling through their hellish training regime, learning the wrong way to use healing magic. Get ready for an eccentric, otherworld fantasy filled with comedy and combat. Not too excited to see this anime, but the last sentence actually hooked me in. They say that it is comedy and combat. So if it's anything, if it can deliver comedy and combat, it would be something worth watching. Not too excited to see this anime, but it is something which you can have it under your radar. Let's move on to the next one. Tales of Wedding Rings. Oh, that's a lot of tag. It's action, ecchi, fantasy, harem, isekai, romance, supernatural. What else is not there? What am I missing there? What genre is missing there? Everything is there. Okay, let's have a look. Sato is a high school boy in love with his best friend Hime, an unearthly beauty from another realm. So when she moves back to her home world to get married, Sato doesn't think twice. He follows her and crashes the wedding. Then after a kiss from Hime, he suddenly becomes the new groom. But here, Hime is the ring princess and her husband is destined to be the ring king, a hero of immense power. At least from the synopsis, I did not get anything. So there's a guy, there's a girl. The girl is from another world and the guy is in love with the girl. The girl goes back to her hometown or home world where she is going to get married. The guy goes there, crashes the wedding, gets a kiss from the girl. The girl is a ring princess and the boy is going to be a ring king, a hero of immense power. The premise is unique, I'll tell you that. It's not like the guy got transported out of nowhere. This time he has gone deliberately to another world in search of a girl. So I think this might be worth watching this season. Keep it under your radars. I'm excited to watch this. Let's move to the next one. Hokkaido girls are super adorable. This is being made by Silverlink and Blade, where it's a collaboration between two studios. Let's read the synopsis for this one. High school boy Tsubasa moves to Kitamichi City up in Hokkaido, where he meets a girl at a bus stop. The sight of her standing alone against the white snowscape, bare-legged, despite the freezing cold, captures his heart. That's it. There's a guy. He goes to the bus stop. He sees a girl, barefooted, fetish, and decides to fall in love with her. That's it. Very straightforward, simple story. I hope the rest of the anime is just as simple as that. Comedy and romantic are the genres that it has. I think it will be worth watching this season. Keep it under your radar. Let's move to the next one. Delicious in Dungeon. Okay, it has a comedy, fantasy, and gourmet has its genre. I love gourmet animes. Food Wars was there, Campfire Cooking in Another World was there, Isekai Restaurant to Another World, that one was also there. And it's being made by Studio Trigger, who is responsible for Cyberpunk. So I'm just curious to see how Cyberpunk and Darling in the Franxx both were very good animes, and I'm just curious to see how Studio Trigger is going to animate this anime. I think this is pretty laid back kind of an anime from what I'm seeing from the poster. Let's read the description. Hopefully that is not as laid back as in the poster. When young adventurer Laios and his company are attacked and soundly trashed by a dragon deep in dungeon, the party loses all its money and provisions, and a member. They're eager to go back and save her, but there is just one problem. If they set out with no food or coin to speak of, they are sure to starve on the way. But Laios come up with an idea. Let's see the monsters. Okay, where have I heard this before? This is same as Arifureta, but instead of the main MC, the team is stuck here and they are going to eat the monsters. In the Arifureta anime, the MC gets stuck or goes deep down in the dungeons and starts eating monsters to gain power. I hope it is not the same as that anime. Though it was something which I liked watching, I just don't want this to be in those footsteps because this has a gourmet tag in it. I want some cooking, some, laid back kind of a stuff. Let's see how this will turn out. But yeah, I'm curious to watch this one. Let's move on to the next one. The Unwanted Undead Adventurer. Okay, this is being made by Connect Studio. They are responsible Oresuki and Strike the Blood anime. So let's read the synopsis. Rent Fiona has hunted monsters for the last 10 years. Sadly, he's not great at his job. Stuck hunting slimes and goblins for a few coins each day, his luck turns when he finds an undiscovered path. At the path's end, he meets his demise in a maw of legendary dragon, but he wakes up as an undead bag of bones. He set out to achieve existential evolution and rejoin the land of living. Is there an anime which is similar to this? Overlord? No, that has a different premise. Or Skeleton to Another World? That also has a different premise, but yeah, you get my idea. Almost similar, but not like exactly the same. You can copy my homework. Just change the name. I'm just kidding. I'll have it under my radar. We'll see how it turns out this season. Moving along, the Foolish Angel dances with Devil. When I looked at the poster, I recalled an old anime which was released nearly 10 years ago called Yamada-kun and Seven Witches. There is a girl who looks exactly the same. Let's read the description. Masataro Akutsu, a demon on a recruitment mission in a human high school, is drafting allies for hell against the heavenly agents. But when seated beside the captivating Lily Yamane, he's in for a devilishly hilarious celestial surprise. Okay, so the demon lord falls in love with a human girl. I think that's the premise here. Let's see. This is a unique premise. I'm not going to say it's a unique premise. It's like high school DxD. We have a demon girl there who falls in love with a human boy. So here's the reverse. And it doesn't have any ecchi or harem stuff. So I guess it's a straightforward anime. Let's see how it will turn out. Moving to the next one. The weakest tamer began a journey to pick up trash. Okay, it's a isekai, again, reincarnation. Let's read the description. In Ivy's world, stars are everything. She's a tamer, born to subdue animals and monsters. But she was also born starless. With her life in danger, Ivy flees into the forest where she befriends a weak little slime named Sora, the one creature she can tame. Together, the unlikely pair set off on a journey salvaging rubbish to survive. Along the way, they will win hearts, evade danger, and discover there's more to starless Eevee than meets the eye. Okay, from the looks of it, this looks like a pretty laid-back kind of an anime, and I'm a sucker for laid-back anime as well, so let's see how this will turn out. Hopefully, this will be good. It has a slime element, which is similar to our reincarnation as a slime, and we have trash-picking anime. I'm not sure which I can relate to, but yeah, I'm hopeful that this will not become a trash anime with 6 rating, and I will be actually a good one. So curious to see. Moving along, Dr. Elias. It is comedy, fantasy, medical, reincarnation, and romance. We had a medical anime this season, the Apothecary Diaries. I freaking love the show. Anything related to medical, I love it. The pharmacy to another world, love that. So let's see how this is. Let's read the description. Jinyu is a master surgeon at the peak of her medical powers. She made it her life's mission to save lives in order to atone for the sins of her past life. But her dreams are cut short when her plane crashes in the middle of the Pacific. When Jinyu wakes up, she finds herself back in her first life as Elias D. Clarence, the haughty nightmare of a girl who brought on her own tragic end. The new Elias, however, still has time to set things straight. With her newfound medical knowledge, the reinformed Elias sets out to right the wrongs of her tragic first life. Okay, from what I read right just now, it's actually good. It's actually manhwa. I just noticed that it's a digital manhwa, and I'm very happy to see a new kind of an anime. Now, this is not entirely a new, but it has a medical stuff and a reincarnation, not a isekai, but kind of like a time travel, you can say, but not exactly time travel. We'll see how this will turn out. Moving to the next one. Fluffy Paradise, another isekai. Dead of overwork at age 27, Midori barely had time to lament having to die that way when a god appeared before her and said, "You will reincarnate in another world and tell me whether you think humans deserve to continue existing there. In return, I want you to grant you a special power." Then Midori, hoping to relieve the exhaustion of harsh life she lived, found herself asking to cuddle cute, fluffy animals. Thus, Midori reincarnated in her new world as a young girl named Nefertima, with a power that causes her to be loved by all living things other than humans. That includes not only animals but holy beasts like white tigers and dragons, and even monsters like goblins and frozen spiders. But there was also a cruel fate awaiting her. Nefertima decided to do her best to coexist with humans and all living creatures in her new life of petting and patting. Cute. Okay, it's a isekai, and again, from the premise, it looks like another laid-back series. This gave me a vibe of that 300-year slime-killing anime, where the protagonist was fed up with her job. She died of overwork and came back to another life where she just went into isolation and started just killing slimes for 300 years and got overpowered. I got a vibe of that, but let's see. Let's not jump the gun before seeing it, at least for 3 to 4 episodes. Definitely putting this under my radar and moving along to the next one. A Sign of Affection. Just romance. I like that. Simple. The genre is just simple. Romance. Let's read the description. With these hands, I want to tell you that I love you. Yuki, a deaf college student, is struggling one day when an upperclassman from her school, Itsumi, helps her out. Itsumi isn't put off at all by her lack of hearing and interacts with her naturally. As he gradually opens up new world to her, Yuki begins to develop feelings for Itsumi. Thus begins the pure love story of Yuki, a deaf college girl, and Itsumi, her upperclassman who travels the world with her. Okay, anime with a disability. It's been a long time since I've seen a romance category like that. I'm definitely curious to see where will it go. I guess this is the only pure romance anime that I've seen so far this season, without any supernatural power, that this and stuff like that. It's just pure romance. So we'll see how this will turn out. Moving to the next one, The Witch and the Beast. This is being made by Yokohama Animation Lab. If you don't know, this season we have an anime called The Kingdom of Ruin, and the same studio is making that anime. Let's read the synopsis. It all started with 17 origins whose powers were passed down to individuals who still exist around the world today. A man carrying a coffin and a girl with the eyes of the beast appear in a town. The girl was once cursed by a witch and now searches for her in order to undo the curse. Is the witch who appears before them the query they have been searching for, and how can the curse be undone? This quest is revenge against an evil witch begins rolling when the beast captures the witch. This magnificent and intense dark fantasy begins now. Okay, from the synopsis at least it looks like it is almost similar to the Kingdoms of Ruin, where the witches are being hunted. If it's anything like Kingdoms of Ruin, I highly suggest that you watch the reviews of others or later watch it if you are light-hearted, because Kingdoms of Ruin was actually very brutal. The first episode was very gore scenes were there, so it is not for light-hearted. But I'll be keeping this under my radar and keep you guys posted, so subscribe. Moving to the next one, Ishura. In a world where Demon King has died, a host of demonoid capable of felling him have inherited the world. A master fencer who can figure out how to take out their opponents with a single glance. A lancer so swift that they can break the sound barrier. A Frieren rogue who fights with 3 legendary weapons at once. And an all-powerful wizard who can speak thoughts into the beings. An angelic assassin who deals instant death. Eager to attain the title of true hero, these champions each pursue challenges against formidable foes and spark conflicts among themselves. The battle to determine the mightiest of the mighty begins. Okay, I'm gonna call it out straight. This is going to be a 7 out of 10 anime. Around that it is going to lay down. Maybe I might be wrong. It might go to 6.5 to 7. The problem with this type of anime is that not many people will like it unless the animation is too good and the fight scenes are too good. For example, this season there was an anime called The Master of Excalibur Demon King Academy. I don't know, I'll put it up on the screen. But that anime just survived because of cute girls. I'll tell you that. If there were no cute girls, I'm damn sure that anime would not have survived. And this is giving me the same vibes. If the animation and action is very good, it is going to go peak. Otherwise, it is not going to go. It will stay around 6.5 to 7 rating. So let's see what will happen. Moving on to the next one. This is the first slice of life I saw this season. With coming of every season, I feel like the slice of life genre is going down, and there is a very increase in reincarnation anime and the action and adventure. I fucking love slice of life and I want more of them. Let's see how this is. Ponnomichi. Let's read the description. The anime is set in Hiroshima Prefecture, Onomichi City, where a high school student, Nashiko Jippensha, was kicked out of her house. Without a place to play with her friends, she learns that the mahjong parlor that her father used to run is now vacant. She fixes the mahjong parlor and turns it into a place where she and her friends can have fun, cook, have tea, and sometimes play. Okay, this looks like a pretty laid-back series. I like the posters. There are 5 girls, and I'll be watching this, hoping that this will be good. So those are the animes which are coming out in winter 2024, and compared to the last 2 seasons, the number of animes which are coming out has significantly dropped. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm very curious to see all the animes which are there. Hopefully it can be covered in 1 week, everything. There are less than 25 to 30 animes, so not like 60 animes which we had in last season or that before season. We had a lot of animes. I'm curious to see how this season will fare off. Who will be the hidden gem? Who will be ranked the top anime? Only time will tell. Comment down below which anime you are very curious to watch, and if you want to watch my last video, it is right here. And if you want to watch the ranking of all the animes which I watched in fall 2023, it's right here. So as always, subscribe to get transported into another world.